My dear friends, today we're going to try and do this little riff. It's a great riff, one chord. You'll all know it. I'm not going to sing it because I will get a copyright strike, but it's a great riff, dead easy to play once you know the trick of how to do that intro. And the intro only has one chord, and most of it are open strings, and everyone shies away from it because they don't know how to do it. So hopefully this lesson will have you all doing it. Now remember, Paul Simon didn't play that riff. It was a great session player. Paul Simon just hangs on the chord, you know, like that. We want to do more than that if we're playing on our own, because it sounds a lot more impressive and we'll get much more applause. Before we go any further, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, or click the like button because it really helps the channel, or if you want to support the channel, there's a little thanks button down the bottom where you can buy me a nice cup of tea. And remember, everything on the channel is free, so if you want to support the channel, thanks button at the bottom. It pays for the tea and the coffee, as you know. Everything on the channel, downloads, everything, paperwork, everything you're going to see today, it's all free. Just click on the blue link below this video and you can download all the paperwork that I am about to go through with you now. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at the, we're going to do the song Mr. Robinson. Let's have a look at the chords you're going to need for this. It's a Wednesday lesson, so it's aimed predominantly at beginners, so rest assured that there's nothing going to be in there that you can't do. All right, there are your chords, pretty straightforward. We've got an E, an E7th, an A7th, a D, a G, a C with a B, dead easy, I'll show you that in a minute, an A minor, an E minor, and a C, and a D7th. All right, so that's that done. Now the key to this song is this riff. You've got to get your head around the riff, and it goes like this. I'll do it slowly and then I'll show you how to do it. I just want you to watch my left hand. Okay, this is the hand I want you to watch. I'm playing the chord E, all right? Now clearly the session guy, when he did it, while Paul Simon was strumming, the session man would have gone, and the rhythm would have carried on. Now I've heard other players doing it, doing all this stuff, but you know, forget that. Unless you've got a band, you want to be able to play it in the right way that sounds bang on like the record, whilst being able to play the two parts at the same time. All right, so that's what we're going to try and do. Now, if you look at download your stuff or look at it on screen. If you look at page 2, this is where we begin our intro riff here. All right. Now, for those people who are not new to my idiot-proof way of doing things, it's my way of I do these for myself because it's easy to understand, okay? Tablature won't show you where your left-hand fingers go. This will. See, it's unique to the channel. All right, and you can share the hell out of it, share it to whoever you like. We've got our string numbers here, which you can see clearly, okay, here. And underneath it, we've got, and this is important in this particular song, we've got the timing, the beats of where these notes will land, all right? So that's quite important. Now, the key to playing this correctly, and this is the bit that most people cock up on, is they assume that the riff starts on beat 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, start. Well, it doesn't. It starts on the and after the 1. So it starts like, if I was going to count the ands, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. See what I mean? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's really important that we establish that before we go any further. And once you know that, the rest of it's a piece of cake. All right, so you can say, if you're wondering when you look at this without watching this video, so why isn't there a 1? Has he forgotten to put it on? No, it's a silent 1. Okay, if we were counting our band in, we'd go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, do, 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 and then we would begin. All right, so that's what that means. It's important that we get that sorted. Capo 2nd fret, if you want to play along with the record. If I was doing this live myself, I'd probably take the capo off because my voice, it's too high for me now. All right, but I'll do it in this position so you can play with the track. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. Now, the arrows underneath the beats, another important little thing. This is the direction I want your plec to travel in. It's pretty important, that, because you don't want to end up, you don't want to be doing a downstroke of a plec when you know the next string's going to be, say, a 6th string, because you're going the wrong way. All right, and we've got to be aiming, always have your plec aiming towards the next note. Remember me talking about the snooker analogy? What's your next shot going to be? You don't want to put yourself out of position. Well, applies to guitar as well. So we've got our chord here. We'll worry about the timing in a minute. Let's just look at the nuts and bolts of what we're going to play. We're going to play a 6th string. How do I know that? Because it's got the number 6, right? Okay, so we've done that, and then it's set on beat 2. You've got a 5, and it says you're going to hammer on. So what that means is you can bring this finger off, and you're going to play the 5, and you're going to hammer it on like that. Okay, 6 hammer. Okay, 6 hammer. Now you'll often see me when instead of just bringing one finger off, because I'm playing single notes, I'll do this 6, and I'll bring them all off because it's easier sometimes. So, but for the sake of the paperwork, I've done the main one that comes off. I'm going to take them all off because it's easier. So 6, bring your fingers off, or you can bring the 1 off, whichever you find easiest. So do it again, 6, fingers off, hit the 5, and hammer them on. Now the timing for that would be 1 and 2 and. Okay, when you do a hammer, you can't just throw it on whenever you want. It's got to be on time. So I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and then on beat 3, our fingers are on. We come up on the 4th string. Let's get that in our head. 1 and 2 and 3. Fingers off now. Wave at the milkman and play a 4 and then a 6. The milkman thing was a joke, by the way. I don't really mean that. So I'll do that again. 1 and 2 and up on the 4. Fingers off for an upstroke on the 4. Down on the 6. And then finally, fingers back on and up on the 4. Okay, let's do that again. I'll give you the string numbers first and then we'll put it together with the timing. 6 with a downstroke, fingers off for the hammer on, up on the 4th string, fingers off completely for a 4, then a 6, and then back on for the upstroke on the 4th. I'll do it with the timing now. Now pay attention to the plec hand now. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and from this angle 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I made the classic mistake then of coming in on beat 1, all right, and that's where everybody cocks it up. It's on the half beat after the 1. What does half beat mean? It means the upstroke of a plec, if you were going to do it that way. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then what happens after that? Well, we look at page 3. Oh, that's nice and easy. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that 1 that was missing at the first time round is there now. We can see it's tucked on at the end of that particular particular bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and start again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. Now do it slowly at first. Don't try and go too fast because it's quite difficult to backtrack. As in to get into the riff again if you go too fast too soon. I'll do it again slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and Now, when you start playing the one and, because you're doing the strum, one and, that can be quite fast. And it might be difficult at first to get the one and the and, or with both with downstrokes. So what you could do, just as a little thing, just till you get the hang of it, you can go like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then just, I'll do that last bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And keep that one silent again to give your hand time to start again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. See the way there's a little gap there? Now if I wanted to fill that gap, when you get really proficient at it, you can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. It's a great riff to have fun with as well. I love it. I love the riff. It reminds me of another famous guitar riff. Come on, you remember that one. What is it? Dear Sarah, madam? Yeah, they rip each other off. I'm interested to know which came first. Anyway, you've done the riff. You've worked out, you know what the chords are going to be. The song, they're dead easy. We've looked at that. Now we will go to our our song layout, if you like. And the song layout comprises of the riff that we've just done, which we will do 4 times here. You know, it says riff, what does it say? Riff 4 times. See pages 2 and 3. They're the pages that we've just looked at, and then we'll get into the song, the deek 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 deek. Now, just so you know, this deek 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 bit is exactly the same as every other verse. Only instead of singing normal words in the first one, he's singing deek deek deek. Let's do it. All right. So we've got. I'll assume we've done 3 riffs, and we'll do the final one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I can't sing, it's too high. Now the rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and every time you see a chord here, I've written it out, so every time you see one, it's 1 bar. All right. Most books don't show you like this. They assume you know. How would you know if you only just started to play? So I've tried to make sure the chords land over the appropriate word as well. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, etc. Okay, so whenever you see a chord like that, it's 4 beats to the bar. Once again, that means 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And when you see something like denoted in, that's a good word, don't ask me how to spell it, in red, as in here, with a C with a CB, which I'll explain in a minute, that means you're going to do, this bar is split between 2 chords, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, alright, that's all that means, alright. So, let's go over the D bit, starting from the E. Look at it on the screen or on your paperwork if you've downloaded it as I'm doing it. So we've got an E, 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 E7, E7, A7, 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 D, G. Now we get to the C bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the C plus B? There's our C major. Make sure you don't play the bass string when you play the C major like this. All a C plus B is, you bring this finger and stick it on the 5th string and take this one off. It sounds really weird when it's on its own like that, but it's used all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then onto your A minor for 2 bars. E, E, D7, and here's to you. Then to your chorus, which is G, Mrs. E minor, Jesus, E minor, C, whoa, 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 D, God bless you, G, E minor, heaven knows G, E minor, that's a C, hey, 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 A minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, track because I don't want to get copyright strikes. You know what the tune is, and if you don't, then go and listen to it. And always remember, a lot of people I teach, they say, they say, I can't remember how to play such and such a song. And I say, well, do you know what the words are? And they say, no. I said, well, that's why you can't remember, because the lyric of the song will prompt you to remember the chord, okay? It's like a symbiotic relationship between words. A certain word will help you to remember a chord shape and vice versa. So, like for example, in the chorus, and here's two, but are we? So G, you, Robinson, Jesus, more than you know. Whoa. Now, when you're doing some of these little bits and pieces, when you've got the basic nuts and bolts to it, you can put some little bits in. For example, on the A7th, when it goes A7th, now watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and it's a lovely little run to be able to throw in. What is it? I'll just show you quickly. Okay, 5th string hammer, 4th string hammer, 3rd string hammer, but this time as you hammer, make the D shape, which, because again we're thinking ahead, that's going to be our next chord. I'll put that in time. So we've got 4 A7th, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then into your D. Okay, just those little embellishments really bring the song to life. And it's, look, one finger, and then onto your D. Don't forget, again, these things were all added by a great session player. I don't know the gentleman nor female's name who did it, but whoever it was, they were bloody good. Paul Simon didn't do any of that stuff. He never did. He left that to the really cool players. Paul just wrote the great songs. He's a great player as well, of course, but he played in a much more simple way. All right, and basically that's where we are. What happens after that? Well, you will do the riff twice. You will sing another verse. You will do the chorus again. You will do the riff twice. You'll sing another verse, and so it will go on. And that's the end of the track. Okay. At the very end of the song, I've not put it on here, but it's sort of when he's busking at the very end. It's got like a B70 thing, I think, at the end. But I would just, I wouldn't even bother with that. They don't do it live. Just. And then accept the applause with grace and just a hint of smuggery. All right, so there we are, Mrs. Robinson. That's a nice little lesson for you. Follow this when you're doing these things. By the way, don't watch the video once and say, "Oh, I can't do it." Watch it twice, and then 3 times and 4 times, and eventually it'll sink in. And remember, do it in sections. Don't try and sing the whole bloody thing at once. Do one part. Get that little riff right. Let's just quickly again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Okay, and then the rest of it's dead easy. All right, so there you are. Download your paperwork. It's all free on the blue link below. If you want to help the channel, you can send me a little something to buy me tea and coffee. That's always appreciated. Thank you for all those that do it. You don't have to, by the way. As I say, it's not a money-making thing, this, but if you want to buy the tea and the coffee, it does help. It's nice. Or if you want to really help to do something, which is, go on to robfenner.com, because I would like you to do this. I've made over 10 albums. Go and buy an album. If you want to help the channel and you don't want to pay for tea and coffee, go to robfenner.com and buy one of the albums. That'll be good. All right. And on that note, I'll leave it with you. Mrs. Robinson, on Saturday, this Saturday, which is November the something or other, I can't remember now. I'm doing a live stream, 9 p.m. UK time, Greenwich Mean Time. Well, it's not British summertime anymore, is it? So 9 p.m. But I'll send all those subscribers that are with me. I'll send you a little notification, all right? But it's this Saturday, and we'll have some fun. We can go over this. We'll go over all those other things that we've been doing during the course of the month. And for those people who are new to the channel, you feel free to contact me and to ask me about anything to do with your playing, anything you're stuck with, and I will do my best to help you out. And on that positive note, I shall love you and leave you. I shall see you all on Saturday. Take care of yourselves. Get practicing.